You don't have a car?
Keep
Well,
that down.
gas for your stomach, whatever. I mean, something. You got to pay for stuff, food, right? All the different things you have to pay for, that renter insurance. All of those different things, right? You total them up, what your average expenses are, right? You multiply that times 6, and technically, you should be having that much in savings for a rainy day. What's the face? No, most people don't. Ideally, that's what you should have, right? And some people will say as much as a year in reserve. And in times like these, where the market and the economy is really bad and people are losing their jobs, some people have been out of work for over a year, you know? And that's why they're having to come to see me for bankruptcies, right? To protect them against evictions or protect them against foreclosure because they failed to have an emergency fund, right? So that being said, that's basically what an emergency fund is. But even further than the emergency fund, to get into the point of purchasing a home, I assume every single one of you want to purchase a home eventually? Yeah?
Maybe.
You're not sure, Dan? You don't like cars and houses?
Well, I don't know. If I can take the difference and put it in the stock market, it might be better.
Oh, you and I gotta have a big talk. Jesus Christ. We definitely have to have Dan after this.
Okay. If I'm in a place for long enough, I think we'll get one. There's a break-even point. So
Yeah, all right.
If I'm in a place where I'll be there for a decade, I'll definitely buy a house.
Okay, all right, all right. I know you like the snowboard and sled and everything else, but if you're going to buy a home, not only do you need an emergency fund, you probably need a house fund, savings fund, something, right? What's the face for? Jesus, you can't hide anything. You don't play poker. You would never win. But you should have some level of, that's laughing at you, you should have some level of savings, right? Some level of savings. Now, what's my friend's name? I know you know his name. What's the gentleman's name up here? Also impressed by his government name. What's his name? Terrence?
Therese.
Therese?
Yes.
That's why I didn't remember. I never heard that name. Therese, right? Therese and I and Shanae have already talked about this, but normally when you're buying a house, you put down some level of deposit, right? You're going to purchase a home, you put down a deposit. Anybody know what percentage of a deposit you're normally supposed to put down on the house?
100%.
Well, you're pretty good, Dan, for a person that doesn't want a house. You just want to invest in stocks and stuff. But he's absolutely, yeah, right. But he's absolutely right. A conventional loan, normally, when you're buying a house or a conventional mortgage, you have to put 20% down. So, Deirdre, Matt, since Dan's doing all the work up there, buying his burrito. If you're buying a $100,000 house, how much are you expected to bring to the table? $20,000? That's it?
That's what you said.
That's right. It's good math. But it's actually a trick question. Because, yeah, technically, to get a conventional mortgage, you have to put 20% down, right? What do I mean by conventional? Normal, right? Conventional, right? The normal thing. There's other not so normal, right? Abnormal things. But the conventional mortgage is 80%. So typically, you're supposed to put 20% down. But the reason I say it's a trick question because when you buy a house for $100,000, right? You want to buy a house for $100,000. How much do you think you're going to end up spending in the end? A lot more than $100,000? How much more?
Well, what condition is this house?
Is it?
I'm not talking about repairing it. I'm just talking about acquiring possession of the house, right? You're going to buy the house.